Let's end this round. Put the S.O.G knife down. It's a run and gun game with campers all around. Let's just end this round. My FPS slows down when I got hackers all around. Yes, I'm laying half dead and they're spraying me with lead. Let's just end this round. Oh, hey, Mason, don't let your ammo run out. Oh, hey, Mason, let's end this round. Cause I'm 100 kills down. I got no help inbound. Because my team's so weak, we're like a walking kill streak. We should end this now. Oh, hey, Treyarch, just let the servers go down. Oh, hey, Mason, let's end this now. Making a bunch of clowns. Oh, hey, Mason, it's time to play the campaign. Oh, hey, Mason, let's end this round. And got the hoods around. Let's end this round. Really? Let's end this round. Put the S.O.G knife down. Danny, how much time do you need? Well, hey, Mason, don't let your ammo run out. Oh, hey, Danny, don't let your intro run out. Dan Allen Gaming, that's it. This intro.
We're here, James. We're live. Hey, James, that was brilliant, mate. How are you? How are you today, mate? You going well?
I'm so good. Good to see you, man. It's been a while.
Good to see you, brother. I'm looking forward to.
Congrats. Yeah, man, congrats. I've been tracking the growth of your channel, and it's outstanding. I get excited when I see people who I like and I think are talented and work hard achieve, the success they want. So kudos on you, man. Congratulations. I am humbled to be part of your experience.
And look, congratulations. Sergeant's Corner, 100,000 subscribers. Where's that plaque? Has that come in the mail?
Oh, you want to see it? You
got it?
Yeah. Well, I had a whole show based on that. I did hang on.
Oh.
I got it right here.
Ooh.
I had a plaque unveiling. And this is what it looks like. Here's my
yeah, lovely.
It's actually substantial. It's not plastic. It's actually made of aluminum. And it's really surprised just how much weight it has. It's not unsubstantial.
It's a nice
Yours
little
is coming
gift.
soon.
Yeah, mine's coming soon, hopefully. Right? Julian says, "What's with the suit today, James?"
I've been doing a lot of interviews, and some of them are a little more. I don't know. I just feel upscale today. Got a haircut, a little more. I don't know. I feel a little more sophisticated today. That's all. Business stuff. I had a couple of business things.
You're not looking a day over 40.
Oh, how much you need? How much you need? You want a check or PayPal? How much you want? You want PayPal? How much cash you need?
Just
man?
wire the check after. It's all good.
All of you people who are looking to be, content creators see that. Watch how that work. That flattery gets you everything. Can I not come back now? The guy, lavishes me with praise. I love it.
So today, James, I thought we'd go through all some of your best scenes, best moments from Black Ops 1. What a game. I mean, this for me is probably one of the best Call of Duties ever out of the 20 plus that they've done. Especially the campaign. Yeah.
It's the first, right? It's how can you, it's the first one. It has all that magic of something new, and it's groundbreaking. So how could it not be whatever. Exciting, right?
What do you remember from it quickly before we get into the clips? What do you like? It's just amazing, like this game. I can't. 10 out of 10.
What do you mean? I mean, there's so many memories attached to it. I spent 2 years on this thing, so there's a lot of memories. You can't ask me what do I remember. I mean, it depends on the context. This has been my life for a decade now, so there's a lot of water on that bridge, You know what I remember? I'd say I remember the very first day of shooting, and I remember that's very clear to me. All the emotions around that, and a lot of the I remember lunch. Remember the lunch? Lunch was great. Breakfast was. I couldn't eat breakfast because I don't eat before I work, and they had this great sausage there. I love real sausage and eggs. I couldn't have any because I don't eat before I work. It slows me down. And then lunch came, and lunch was amazing. It had like. Some type of turkey roll thing with gravy, and I couldn't eat it. So I stuffed some in a kind of a to-go container. But I just remember, so this is gonna be a long shoot. The food is great here, but I can't eat anything. That's what I remember day one of shooting. The food was fucking great.
I think that's a little bit unfair to say what do you remember from one of the greatest experiences of your life. All right, let's get into some of these clips.
Yeah.
So you don't know what's coming either. I mean, obviously you know what's coming. You've played the game. You're in the game, but
there's a rumor about that, actually. Yeah.
Oh, is there? Right.
Yeah, I'm in the game. It's been rumored that I've actually participated in some Call of Duty stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna give you full screen. There we go. Now.
All right, here we go. Let's take a look.
The police are gonna be.
Everything is ready.
Gear up, boys.
Hey, about the bar, Carlos?
No problem. My men will dispose of the bodies.
Occupants leaving their vehicles armed with shotguns.
Bowman, Carlos, lay down covering fire. We fight our way through the streets. Mason, on me.
Let's go.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good way to start.
Again, there's so much about this scene that, oh my God, like I have a video on this, but I'll repeat a lot of what I got to say. Number one is, this is one take. It wasn't cut because you rarely can, maybe you can now, but back in the day, we had just started performance capture. That's prior to Woods and Black Ops 1. You had a voice actor come in, and then you'd have a stunt guy do all the motions, and then you have a face actor. They capture the face, and they would try to slam all three together to make a performance, and it's just you can't get the nuance. So they created this technology for this is like shooting a movie. There's face, body, and voice all at once. It's just like shooting a movie. And we're still working some of the bugs out. And one of the bugs was that basically had to do the whole scene in one take. So we did this several times. And this was the magic. You can see the girl in the dress.
Yeah.
This is the one take when she came into and out of between me and Emerson Brooks, because that's not Bowman there. That's Emerson Brooks.
Yeah.
Actually, Emerson, what's his name? It's Bowman, but it's not Ice Cube. It's Emerson Brooks playing Ice Cube. Yeah. So Emerson was there, and there was one time that the girl who was actually dancing in the scene, she landed. Timing is perfect, and some of the lines that she landed perfectly. Yeah, she's there. She's kind of. It's like he's being distracted by her a little bit.
Yeah.
She's there. He's like, and we're just trying to get him. Hey, pay attention here, you know. And
hold on. So there's an extra. So there's someone playing that character on the stage.
This is all live action. This is all again. If you go to the video on the channel, you see it's all live action. That's an actress there dancing. It says she's perfectly there. She really had no idea how the timing, because we weren't really that. We hadn't progressed that much to understand how to direct these things that well. And you're running like these are all actors here. And
yeah, I was going to say they're all actors. Yeah.
All actors. It's all live action. This is a live action scene. So even the stunt we had to nail it all in this one take. So that's what's great about this scene. And even the gun toss is all. And basically, Mason is an iron post, an iron upright, and he was a tennis ball. And I painted a face on like Wilson from that he's like it was a tennis ball, and I painted like a couple eyes and a little smiley face on it. And that was Mason for me for most of the shoot, unless it was Andrew Hawks filling in. But for me, the POV stuff was always a tennis ball planted on an iron stand someplace. Yeah. So I'm talking with.
Have you got a knife here, or what's the knife on set?
It is a knife. I do have a knife.
Okay.
If you go, it's a fake knife, and I actually you can't see. There's actually a bottle sitting where the cigar is, and so when I slammed it, because I couldn't realistically, for the geometry, it's not possible for me to take my left hand and reach across the bar. So I preset you can't see it because only if you're with the dots on you can the computer see you. So I can have notes on there. I can have lunch on there.
Oh, right. Yeah.
There's people standing. There's times when I need to get handed a weapon, and it was just not practical to go get it. Somebody would send here, hand me the weapon. You're never going to see it because it's not, again, unlike film, you only capture what, like mannequins with white dots on it. And so, and again, this was all live action, and it was all, I think, had a bottle priest, had the knife, and the guy put his hand there, and I slammed the knife down, and then in the process, I just lost it. In the process of letting go of the knife, I had the bottle preset, and then I came by with the backhand swing. But if you look at it realistically, there's no way I could have reached it. It was like 6 feet away from my body. But see any bottles? Any?
Was this the first scene you shot or not?
No, this was. I don't know what day this was. The first scene I ever shot was the Russian roulette scene.
Oh, Jesus!
And he did actually have a map. That map was real. We had a real map in my pocket that was actually. We needed that for spatial recognition, for space, because our eye lines would have to be in the same place. So we kept our eye lines. You see how Emerson is paying attention there? Emerson was such a great actor. Emerson Brooks was just an amazing actor. He really, his presence, his acting ability made me better. Like the Woods wouldn't be this good if Emerson wasn't a great actor.
Can I ask, was he supposed to be in the full game, or was it always going to be Ice Cube?
No, I can't answer that question.
You can't? Okay.
He was so good. I was shocked when they replaced him. I mean, I thought personally speaking, we had such a chemistry on set, and all the scenes we were in were just electric because we really had, because he's ex-military. We're both team sport guys, and when you really find other guys who are team sport guys, you know how to fill in for each other. You know how to create the gaps.
Levy here says, I think James is the greatest voice actor of all time.
I'm not going to argue with you, Levy. I'm not going to argue with that. Thank you. That's a very kind thing to say and a very generous thing. And somehow I hear it a lot, but it never gets old. I love that.
Oh, how can it?
Well, I love that they appreciate the character of Woods, because Woods is not an accident in my mind. It was important that certain things get expressed from this character, and that is an absolute support of the men around you, an absolute irreverence towards authority, and Woods will never, ever shame you. If he gets in your face, because it's a belief in you, especially when I do the POV work, I believe in you. That's the hockey coach in me coming out. I want you to do well. You got this. It's an intensity about him, but it's never going to call you an asshole or make you feel small. And that was intentional. For a lot of reasons, man. A lot of the research helped me to verify that as well. Because I had conversations about this with some of the writers and some of the level directors. I said, we need to do this. Let me tell you why.
I think it just sets the tone of the character, this scene, straight away, doesn't it? You sort of get to know him straight off the bat and get a bit of his character.
Well, the whole demeanor. Demeanor, like, he's confident. It's like it's capable. It's what I describe him as the uber competent. He's competent. He's good at what he does. He's confident that everything he does is going to turn out well because he's practiced and he just thinks. He's got this other ability to be present, and that's all he wants to do. He's not thinking about his wife back home or getting drunk. He's mission oriented, and I love that about him. Yeah, I think you're right. I think this sets you up to understand who the hell this guy is. And the relationship between him and Mason in this moment is important because including him and what's going on here. Hey, come here. Pay attention here. Stop looking at the girl. Pay attention. Watch the front part of this. Just watch the front part and watch the subtle exchange. And I'm finally watching it on a really good screen, and I see all the nuances in the facial expression. They did a great job capturing this. In the relationship with the bartender, see how he's pointing to Mason. Mason, get in here.
I know what you mean.
So I check back to Mason. Come on, get in here. See, I just nod. See that little nod. Get in here. Get in here. He keeps going back to Mason. Like, are you paying attention? Are you with me? And that's what's good. But he's inclusive. He's drawing you in as the player. Like, come on, get over here. Pay attention to this.
Ronald Reagan in the chat says, "You're looking good, James. Cosplaying Menendez with that jacket on."
Oh.
I have to agree.
Suffer with me.
All right, let's take a look at the next clip.
You do that again, I will kill you! Mark it down! You're up now! Move quickly! This way, up the stairs. Got it. Castro's paranoid. With good reason. We've been trying to get him for 3 years.
Well, today's the day we succeed.
Inside, go! Bowman, take the room. Any trouble, give us a yell. Got it. Mason, on me. We search room to room till we find Castro.
Sixers are about to begin their bombing run.
Target should be up ahead. Roger. Move inside. Get in position. This is it. You ready to make history?
Pretty, huh?
Crazy bitch.
Crazy bitch.
Human shield, and she still protects him?
Castro's supporters are fanatical in their devotion to him.
Bowman, the target is down.
The word from Carlos isn't good.
I hear you, Bowman.
There's not enough time for takeoff!
I'll deal with it.
Mason! Are you crazy? They'll screw you up out there! Mason, what are you doing? Mason!
Runway's clear.
Damn you, Mason!
No choice, Woods. I knew what I signed up for. You'll be fine. Just go. Get out of here.
Love it.
Fucking heroic, huh?
Very heroic. I love the music too.
Well, yeah. I mean, what was his name? Can't remember his name now.
Reznov. What's his name? Trent Reznov?
Not Trent Reznov. No, the original. What was his name? I actually did an interview with him. Brilliant composer. He was. What was his name? Anyways, I can't remember his name. Yeah, the soundtracks here. They invest well. I mean, track doesn't fuck around. They get the best of everybody to do all this stuff. I mean, they didn't play around. They really kind of. This game was important. I think it was very important to the franchise to make this work, and it did a great job.
Yeah. So, do you remember what this is all voice actor work? This side of it.
A lot of it is. Let me tell you what isn't. This part here, I see parts of this scene were live action, but I don't know if they used it or not. You can tell right away by the language, and I think this was a live version.
Surely you'd remember saying "crazy bitch."
Brother, I've done hundreds of scenes. Many of them never made the game.
Yeah,
we've reshot things and redid things. So, and quite frankly, it was 10 years ago. I've been on set. How many hundreds, if not thousands, of shoots have I been on? For this thing? And I say "crazy bitch" a lot.
Yeah, you said it off air to me.
And the thing is this: there is a freedom by which I said the word "bitch." That I just think, oh my God, I wonder if we. Don't know if they would let me do that today. There's a freedom. There's language restrictions on games, and calling someone a bitch, I don't know if that would be allowed in a game today.
Well, you're not allowed to say Jesus Christ, are you?
Can't, brother. When I was writing for Black Ops 4, I did all the specialist training stuff. Half my shit got rejected. I can't use any type of religious reference, any gender, especially now with the Asian issues going on. They really sanitized it with good reason. Yeah. Well, as a writer, my job is to give them what they need. So if they say, no, we can't have that, give us 3 more. Fine, I'll just write 3 more. That's my job. I'm a creative source. Figure it out. That's my job. Figure it out. How do I make this better? How do I give them what they want as an artist, as a writer?
Gonzo, thank you so much. Loving the vids, Dan. Keep up the stellar work. Hope all is well, James. Shame they didn't bring you back. Have any more cereal commercials lined up?
I wish, man. You know what? I would love to get another Viagra commercial. I could retire on that, actually.
Oh, good royalties on that one.
The standing joke is that my flaccid member bought my mother a truck.
I've heard you say that, actually. Yeah.
My flaccid member actually bought her a house. My flaccid member bought my mother a house.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Giving back to your mum. I hope to do that one day as well. Love it. All right, next scene. Let's move on. Oh, I love this.
Like this one. Fortunate
Here we go.
Woods is here.
You're using the voice track.
What's that?
I think you're using it. Would you get this clip from the game?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is. What's his name? Guy playing Hudson. The fuck is his name? Harris. It is Ed Harris. Okay.
Yeah, Ed Harris.
Andrew Hawks almost totally mimicked Ed Harris in this thing. It's amazing to hear Andrew Hawks do it. Andrew Hawks is he's probably worked on more. The only guy who worked on more Call of Duty games is Jeremy Dunn. Jeremy Dunn is a utility guy. But Andrew Hawks has been, I think, in every single Call of Duty game as a utility guy. He comes in and he plays the roles for guys like me who need somebody to talk to in a scene. This is all live action. This scene, again, a total live action scene.
Well, that's a good gig to have, recurring work.
Oh yeah, he probably made a lot more money than I did. He worked more days than I did, so I'm sure he made more money.
Mason,
Woods, you look like hammered shit.
some copper shit, John. It's not, baby.
It's good to see you.
CIA to?
Jason Hudson, CIA. Thank you for your time, Sergeant. I've already briefed Mason broadly about the situation.
Let me fill in the blanks for you. Back in '64, the CIA gave up control of covert operations in Southeast Asia and handed it over to the U.S. military.
Mac v. S.O.G was born.
What was that, mate? Sorry.
Some shit's just built will never go away. It's so ingrained in me, that fucking monologue, man.
Ah, this is awesome. I love this part.
The CIA gave up control of covert operations in Southeast Asia and handed it over to the U.S. military. From that, Mac v. S.O.G was born. Now, aside from being a base for the Marine Corps, Khe-Sanh is our launching point for all cross-border activities, mostly Laos and Cambodia. Missions are S&D, sabotage, black propaganda, strategic recon, POW rescue.
Yeah, that was one of the original days of me being allowed to put my stamp on things, because that monologue wasn't flowing well, and I canvassed them to make a few changes in the because it wasn't flowing like in a Woods fashion. Like I have a certain tempo I speak, and the character, it's just the attitude, like this whole thing, like just kind of fuck, this I'm ready, very calm, like look how relaxed he is. Just all right. Fuck, who's this asshole? That's all it was. Who's this asshole? Yeah, right. So
by the way, that's Michael Keaton, I think, that played Hudson in that one.
No, it was Ed Harris.
Oh, was it? Is Michael in the second?
Michael Keaton in Black Ops 2, yeah.
Ah, okay.
This was fun here. Now, part of it was because it was so hard to flow through so they actually put up a board for me to read off of. So what you're looking at right now is my Mason, which actually Hawks was there, but I had a C-stand, and they put my dialogue up on a paper. I'm like, oh, guys, let me try it this way, because cross-border activities, there's a little disdain in the whole conversation. And once I figured out my subtext on the scene, it became very easy. But I had to canvas a little bit to make some modifications to make it sound like Woods, and not just word. There's a lot of information there, but I had to Woodsify it. We started calling, had to make it Woodsify it, and that's great. If you would look at what the Jeep looks like on the set, it's a bunch of boxes strapped together and some folding chairs taped on. And it has a steering wheel post with a round wheel on it. And it's all duct taped together,
Yeah. Did you ever?
And actually,
Go
they
ahead.
actually had me jump off a platform here. I was actually on like a 2-foot riser, and I actually jumped off.
Ah, okay.
Then I remembered, okay, and it's almost like it's a lovely accident that I put my head down. I was trying to get my balance. I kind of fell off the platform too soon, so I get my balance back. But with my head down, it's exactly what you would do to avoid the dust of a proper rising. So it's one of those beautiful things of a live performance. And this is one take as well. This is this one.
Hold on. So is this one take even going into the Jeep all the way through? Wow.
It's all one take. Because again, back then we couldn't cut into it, so we had the one long take. This whole thing was one long take.
So is this cameraman actually moving on the set?
Oh, this is the computer. Basically you have 4 cameras stationed, north, south, east, and west, and everything you see is. Let me explain a volume to you. When you capture in a game like this, a volume is called. You have these projectors throwing infrared into the set, into the studio. Then you're covered in these white dots that reflect light back to the computer. the computer captures the entire scene, so you don't have to get one or two angles. Every square inch, every possible angle is covered because it's like, imagine you're walking through a pool, right? And you're covered in water. And so the computer sees every possible part of your body except for the bottom of your feet. You pick them up. So that's how the programmers can choose angle they want based on where they decide to put the point of origin.
Wow.
It's all technical. It's all real. These guys that's why they work 1,000 hours a week to get this shit out, because they control every aspect. POV, the lighting team's got to make it light work. So there's a lot of work goes into this, man. I really have an easy gig compared to what these guys, the artists do and the computer guys do.
They're amazing.
This is all like creating this movement and all this lighting. It's stunning.
Do you remember E3 when they revealed some of the gameplay from the chopper? Do you remember that or not? The hype around Black Ops at that point?
I mean, Black Ops 1? No, I had no idea. I didn't know. I didn't understand the magnitude of what I had gotten into until after the VGAs. Like, I just thought it was a great bunch of guys I got to hang out with. I got this fun character. It was a good gig. It wasn't. I was working on TV. I had commercials. I made a lot more money on TV and commercials than I did from the video game. It was fun. I didn't know the scale of the video game industry until I went to when I won the VGA award, and then I walk in and I just saw this. Holy shit! This is bigger than the Oscars. It's freaking huge. Then I was really kind of shocked. Like, holy shit! What am I part of here?
Yeah.
Because I just had no idea what it was. This is new. I'm learning stuff. I'm a new actor. I've only been acting about really like 5 years in earnest. I dabbled, but I had committed finally in 2005. I stopped coaching hockey and I became a full-time actor. And just 5 years after I committed. So I was still learning, man. I had no idea what this was. I almost didn't take the job when it first started. So I think that's well documented, my story, how I became Woods. But yeah, I had no idea what was going on.
Amazing. All right. Next clip.
Yeah, I love this scene.
Kill those bastards. We gotta get out of here. This thing, bud. We're going under, Mason.
22, 21,
Lots of blood.
Mason, they're out there. This is Lima 9 X-ray. The rally point is just ahead. Bowman should be waiting for us. No noise, knife only. Probably a CPU. We'll disarm it, then we'll bring in the Hornets. Whiskey team, we cover the bridge in East River. Mason with me on the west perimeter. Rendezvous point, the village, in 5 minutes. You got it?
Whiskey team, on me. Later, boys.
Flink, ETA 3 minutes. We gotta split up. I'll take the high ground. You cross the river, and a place for the Semtex.
Roger.
We have to clear this tunnel.
Swift, with me.
All right. Get the Hornets scouring the area. Lima 9, this is X-ray. Prep for recon sweep, 3K radius.
Roger that, X-ray.
Here, take this. Stay on. We'll find your Kravchenko. Make it out of there alive. Bowman, point.
So there's just a few clips. I just love this mission. It's one of my favorites. The rain pouring down, the stealth elements. Fuck, it was just so awesome.
All that tunnel work, seeing Reznov, it's such a great scene. This was interesting. This is a combination of live performance and studio work. I mean, one of the hardest lines for me to do was to cut myself off in that beginning of that. because it's really hard to do that and not have something cut you off. And again, I'm not a voice actor per se. I mean, I say that with all honesty, because I've been with Nolan North and Fred Tessisor and Troy Baker, and these guys are just gifted. I mean, they do things with their voice that I'm in awe of. So for me, I find it difficult to do very simple things like that, like cutting myself off without impetus or without having something cutting me off in the first place. I'm dependent on other actors for what I do a lot. I need human interaction.
I got 3 questions. First one, are you told that this is like a stealth mission? There's rain pour. Are you told about the environment or what's going on, or not, when you're acting the scene out?
No, because if I had, I would have reacted to the rain. I don't know when that was added, but you notice I'm not acknowledging the rain, which makes him badass anyways, you know?
You don't care.
But he doesn't care about the rain. But for me, I always like to play Woods with as much vulnerability. It's the opposite with respect. That he's vulnerable, which is why we like him. You feel him. You feel his connection to it, and he knows his environment. So like, hey, listen, you know. And we had a lot of conversations about this where I wanted to keep it Sato voice. Hey man, I know when I've been doing clandestine shit in real life, you can fucking communicate it very low key. You don't want to project. Use your inside voice. And a lot of these were live scenes too, so it's easy to do that. With when I dropped the flashlight, that was an actual thing. That whole thing was, in 5 minutes, you got it. Using the hand was important to me because they kept emphasizing a lot of body movements. There's a thing called motoring, where you kind of stand still and they want you moving. And I had the hardest time getting that because it's so not what I do as an actor. And to add that to things was really hard for me. It's called motoring. And there's certain things, there's certain requirements of the medium that I had to learn. And I became, I had to figure out how to be, because you don't get to go on action. What you have is you got to do a T-pose. Then you got to reset. So I had to reprogram myself to start my scene during the T-pose. So when we got into motion and when the scene started, I was already in character, because you're doing a technical thing. You got to be aware of that.
There's a setup to the whole thing with the suits and everything.
Yeah. So learning to build in to kind of use that as an asset. And I actually do it now. When I work in general, I usually take them. I start working the scene during the prep of as they're setting up for the scene. I start really. It's made me a better actor. Having to learn this has made me a better actor overall.
Question from the chat: do you think Black Ops would make a better movie or TV show?
Oh, it'd have to be a series because there's so much connected. I mean, it's 6 hours of activity. So I think it would be a great miniseries or TV series, absolutely.
Why do you think they haven't done a movie or TV Call of Duty? It's bizarre.
I'm not sure I want to talk about that. I don't want to get... Again, there's things that I could say that may be true and I don't know it. And then I just don't want to put anybody into a situation where how did he know that? Because there's so many variations on it. And I know so much information about the franchise and the game and my ideas. I've been pitching ideas for years with these guys, so I don't know what they're thinking. And a lot of times I've said stuff that it's me just talking out loud, but people have taken as canon, and all of a sudden I get a fucking call at 6 in the morning. What the fuck did you just say? But that was a conversation I had with somebody, but I got to be very careful when I start talking. I can't speak for Activision or Treyarch, so I'm gonna pass.
Surely they're gonna do something soon, you'd think. But I guess they just make so much money off the games.
I do know 2 things, and these are things that are public knowledge. One is, it was reported in the Hollywood Reporter a few years back that they were writing scripts for a movie.
Yeah, a movie.
Call of Duty movie. That was in. I know that I read in the trades that they were recruiting people to make stories. What I also know about business is when you look at games that become movies, it usually comes at the end they jumped the shark, so to speak. At the end of the franchise run, when the game is kind of in decline, is then because they make so much. I believe they make so much more money on video games than they would on a movie. Plus, this movie would take $100 million to make, and that's a huge investment on an experiment. So, it's judging by the behavior of other franchises going into movies. Yeah, I don't know if they can make as much money in a film as it would cost.
I think that's what it is. I think it's just monetary. That's all it is, really. I wanted to ask you as well. I went back to old footage of COD XP. Do you remember being on the panel with Troy Nolan and Michael Rooker?
I see Michael Rooker. I do remember that.
I watched the whole thing the other day. It was hilarious. The crowd seemed dead, though. That's what pissed me off. Is that the case? Do you remember?
Empty. Nobody there.
Really? That's just bizarre.
That was great.
Crazy.
That was great. Well, remember, this was odd about it. XP was massive. It was like 3 football fields. It was a huge thing. They had a huge gaming center. They had tournaments going on. They had like 100 stations set up. People were playing. Nobody wants to listen to us talk. And they had this huge tournament going on, so they scheduled our thing like, right against another major activity. They had a zip line there. They had all these interactive events. People want to do stuff.
Right.
And remember, they scheduled our talk at a really odd time. So the room was set up to hold 3,000. There's maybe 100 people there. So it was kind of shooting at shoot deer. Man, you could shoot deer in the place.
And also, I wanted to ask you: did you know what Woods looked like when you were doing the shoot? Do you remember?
Looked like me. Like me. I mean, that's my body. If you see me in person, it's built like me. It moves like me. Sounds like me. You can see a lot of my facial features. They modified it just enough. Doesn't look exactly, but you see as time goes on, you get into Black Ops 2. It looks more and more like Old Man Woods looks a lot like me. It looks more and more like me as time goes on.
100%. 100%. And they should. That's what they should do, because you got a good-looking model like yourself. I mean, you might as well capitalize, hey?
I think there's a lot of considerations that I don't want to talk about here that go into that.
Yeah.
Love this scene. This is one of them. I have a video on this too. This is a scene that really canvassed for some behavior because play.
I'll play it.
Play it first, yeah.
S.O.G, right? Right?
Couldn't make it. Man the gun, don't get killed.
Sir.
All right. M202's Bowman starboard side armored up. Mason, you drive.
Right.
If one of you guys guard the boat, rest of you men, follow my lead, now!
Ow.
Kravchenko wouldn't go to all
Climb
this
that
trouble
wing
for
rigs the
nothing.
fuselage. I'll stabilize this end.
I'll go first.
Easy. Grenade launchers, China Lakes. The hell are the Russians do with American weapons?
Must be some kind of setup.
My favorite line here. Ready?
Down there, look!
Bowman sniper rifle. Mason, use the channel. Blow these fuckers that keep it going.
You got it. We must make up for lost time.
Yeah. So I've just clipped a little bit of that mission out, but
Well, the thing of the opening scene here, this was a big conversation I remember having in M. Rosas, just coming into his own as a director for this. And this was originally, if I remember correctly, are you, they kind of had it written where, okay, are you S.O.G? And Woods came, yeah, we are, and I said, we get enough of him being a hard ass. Here's an opportunity for him to show a little bit of personality, a little bit of, this attitude of
the leader.
Well, he's also, but it's confidence. And what I also, and it's also about authenticity. I had studied John J. Plass. Woods is built on several characters. I've done a massive amount of research on this. It's a book called The Secret Commanders of the S.O.G. by John J. Plaster, who was the original team member of one of the original S.O.G teams. He has a whole book about the S.O.G experience. And one of the things that he was really adamant about, he said, look, they're primarily teachers. And they had all gone to the School of Americas, learned how to teach, and to be a teacher is a very important part of being special forces. You're educating local forces and how to do things. Also, he was very adamant, and this is true now with special forces as well, that the most successful mission is one that the enemy never knows you were there. You get out without, so you keep a secretive nature. So they never wanted, and because they were marked, they were targeted. The special operations group, they were known about and they were targeted, so you would never announce it. So I brought that fact up to Adam. I said, if I walk in here and say, yes, I am S.O.G, it's too arrogant, and it's not being a smart soldier. I said, let's do it the other way. Let's have him deny it, but we all know the truth. Even he knows, And so you say, you're S.O.G, right? And he goes, nope, couldn't make it. No, couldn't make it. They couldn't make it. So you got us. But obviously they're all badasses. No. And he's talking to this kid saying, yeah, look at, man the gun, don't get killed. Right? That's all you got to worry about. And that's what I wanted for the scene, was to give up the need to always be a hard ass and put a little levity into it. There's a confidence there. I've done this mission 100 times. This doesn't scare me. Kid, get killed. And of course he gets killed.
Is that motion capture?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Did you get that close to I love how close you get. It makes it really personal.
Yeah. That's it. Again, I have this. The whole video
on your channel. Yeah.
Point out Reznov's there. A lot of people miss it. Reznov was, and there's things. There's indicators from Black Ops 2 there as well. Black Ops 2 as well. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of shit in this scene that can be exploited. Like if you slow up, go back, and right there. Look at the poster. Go. That's where he's steering the ship. Back up. Yeah, back up.
Oh, the poster there. Yeah. This one here. Yeah.
It is. What is that? It's a couple legs with some dancing shoes. So, in my mind, when I talk to a lot of the writers and a lot of the level guys, they're always looking to plant Easter eggs, things that make it, because they love creating, the biggest geekiest thing is where's Waldo? Let's hide something in here. Let's find an Easter egg here.
Oh, I love Easter eggs, yeah.
Because, the community loves Easter eggs. So the conversations I've had, they reveal to me that they really look for opportunities to stick things in there. What happens if we do this? And what that does is a writer, it's like a time machine. It allows you, it's a capsule. It allows you to go back to it and say, oh, here's some evidence. This poster was here. And why was it there? Because maybe in Black Ops Cold War, you can use it as some other indicator. Oh, is there something similar to this in Cold War? Something similar to this in Black Ops 3? So it allows you to create connective tissue between the games. And that's why I'm saying this is one of the things where I get really I wish I had the opportunity to do Cold War, because I could have connected a whole bunch of things in this scene, Cold War. And even in all the scenes, the Cuba scene, there are things in that scene that are easily connected to this game in future games.
There was only two things that connected from memory. Like there's the throwback to the numbers Easter egg in Cold War, which you've seen, and then there's the lighting of at the start of the game. Yeah. I can't think of any others. There is a missed opportunity there.
Yeah, there's a lot, but there's so many. I mean, when I play the game, I watch it. Oh, we could have done this. Oh, wait a minute. This is even that famous onion scene. That is a kind of a comparative scene to the Cosmodrome scene. When Woods holds up and he says, Weaver's gone dark. That's a very similar asset to what happened in Black Ops 1. So why not throw it back? My idea was instead of going with the Shrek line, say, where he lost, stay sharp. Line. Remember, this is where we lost Weaver. Remember, he could throw, the lines could throw back because it's kind of a throwaway moment, but you could have gone back and use the Weaver or use that situation to recreate, to take the player back to this. Oh, remember this? It's kind of like a verbal Easter egg.
So what's this poster? What's the Easter egg behind that poster?
That's not for me to say.
Oh, James. All right.
Is it one? I'm not going to say it is or isn't, but it could very well tie into something else. It's there, like this baby picture there, right? That baby picture on the dashboard. Go back. There, the baby picture above the fuel gauge.
I didn't notice any of this stuff.
That could be something, couldn't it? Who could that be? You know, like, there's so many opportunities here to tie this shit in, right?
I love it.
That's what I'm saying. That's when I say I'm a little, you know, I wish I had a shot at Cole because hey guys, wait a minute. Remember in the scene, because I know all this stuff. Remember in this scene there's this baby picture? Well, whose baby picture is that? And what can we do with that? And wouldn't that be cool to come back for the fans to discover that? Oh, that baby picture, you know, what a great discovery, right? And even that poster, like, it's there. Why is it there? Can you do something with that? That's
so what you're saying is all these little things that they've placed in these missions are on purpose. A lot of them.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they can be used on purpose.
Oh, okay.
They can be used. Now, I can't say that. I don't know if they were or they were not. Can't say that. I can't speak for anybody at Treyarch anything. But like even that poster on the side there with that woman on the left, see that you had the baby picture, and down low there's another poster. So all these things are opportunities to go back and I call it connective tissue. This is what I would look for if I was going to do a story and connect Black Ops 1 to another. I would go back and harvest all these things. Like, now, what is that picture? Is it arbitrary or does it mean something? I don't know. I can't speak for Activision, but I would hope it would mean something. Wouldn't it be great if it did?
Yeah. I love it. Now, this scene, we're going to let it play out. This is a very iconic scene. And as we know, one of the first you ever shot, which is crazy. Let's
first, number one. First day on set.
Communist piece of shit.
Bowman!
Brutal.
Bowman! You fucking son of a bitch! Next. I'm gonna kill you all! Don't you touch me! What? Shit. Motherfuckers. I'm gonna make them pay.
You! No talk. Play!
What's the plan? I'm thinking.
No talk!
One chance, Mason. We'll take it. Okay.
Bang! You can't kill me! You shoot, GI! You shoot! Fuck!
This time, do it.
In line!
Ready.
Play. Bang!
6 and 8 o'clock. The Russian, now!
Let's go.
That is intense. Still to this day, love it.
Yeah. There's so much about. There's so much. I could do a whole show on this scene alone.
I know.
The back, like the behind the scenes drama and all the things that were going on at the time. This
drama.
My very first day on the set. Yeah, it was. There's a lot. I'm not gonna get into it. There's a lot of drama. We actually had to shoot this a second time as well. But
drama in what? What do you mean by drama? I you don't have to elaborate, but like, what do you mean?
Just a lot of. I wasn't their first choice.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But here's something I want you to watch. This is like I'm wicked proud of this scene for many reasons. I remember read it, and I only got this. I rarely got a script. I never got a whole script. I just got the scene we're going to shoot the thing. So if we're working on Wednesday, maybe I get a screen. I'd hope to get it on Monday afternoon, but usually I got it Tuesday night, Tuesday afternoon. So I didn't have a lot of prep time. I had to kind of crank it out. Sometimes you got changes in the morning. So I read it, and I saw the similarity to Deer Hunter. And and this is live. This is all live action. And the scene prior to this, where we're in the cages, that was live. And again, you can see this scene on my channel in a live action versus split screen. So I remember I didn't want to reproduce. I don't want to copycat what De Niro did. I didn't want to do that. So I really had to find something that was unique to me, because it was important to me that I build a character that was organic to who I was. I said, okay, when I have been, what do I do when I get in crisis? What do I, as an athlete, when I get, when I'm falling down a mountain, or I got to grab on, like I fell off a mountain before. How do you survive that? The world slows down, man. I've been in bike accidents. Shit slows down, so you adapt. You look at details. Now, if you watch this scene here, watch the eyes. Like, Woods is I decided that what I would do.
Yeah, wow.
Now watch what happens. I decided what I would do is, like, what wasn't scripted was when I walk in and say, "Don't you touch me." It's because the energy on set was a little weird. I was kind of worried that I was going to get, that the director didn't like me because we didn't communicate. I was there. I didn't get to work until after lunch. Like, so I'd been there all day waiting, just kind of trying to. It was good for me because I got a chance to figure out the scene. So it actually served me. And I said, okay, what am I doing here? I go, let's. So I went to my notes. I go, what are they trained to do? They're trained in psychological warfare. This is legitimate. This is part of S.O.G training. They're trained how to make people doubt themselves. They're trained how to get, how to create opportunities when there really are none. Right? But here's what's the so first thing is to walk in and get presence, make them intimidated, make them. So it wasn't scripted because I walked in, supposed to just walk in and be dragged to the table. I said, no, let me walk in. And I walked in strong, and when the guy came up to me, he was a young actor, and I tried to intimidate the actor, not the character.
Really?
Don't you touch me. If you see this kid, if you watch his behavior when I come in, he doesn't know what's going on because it wasn't part of the script. I just
love it.
Did it as an intuition. Like, wait a minute, let me act with the people in the room. So if you go back and see that again, you're going to see how he wasn't expecting, because it didn't happen during the earlier part of the shoot. It never. So I just kind of brought a new element to it. Don't you touch me.
Yeah, you can see sort of.
See that?
Yeah.
Now it's like I'm staring him down, like he wasn't quite sure what the fuck do I do here.
Yeah,
it's a great element. Then I sat down. I said, okay, what would I do if I would look for them? I would try to confuse them, have them make mistakes, and by doing that, put doubt. Like what would happen is, see how I'm looking at him now? I'm checking him out, seeing where he's placed himself, and this guy's making mistakes too, right? And look how he puts the gun. I'm counting the bullets in the barrel. So while I'm doing the scene, I'm actually counting.
That's sick.
So that's why when he says this, he knows, okay, I'm going to survive this. I know, because he got to look at the barrel.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Play that again. Watch the eyes. Woods is he's checking him out. Where's he going? He's making a plan. I watched him there. Look down. Watch him look at the gun. Looking at him. That's fucking up. He spins it. He's watching the gun intently. And watch. Look at his eyes. He's counting the fucking bullets. He knows there's no. He sees 3 bullets.
That's so awesome.
I'm counting bullets, and this is what I'm doing in the scene. So when he does that, I gotta throw another monkey wrench. So I know that by saying things out of character, you can't kill. So away, like, you can't kill me. I'm trying to program him to the absurdity of what I just said, knowing he could, but that 2 or 3 seconds, that 3 seconds of him thinking about what I said, how it's so absurd. Of course I can kill you. I got him. He's now not focused on what I'm doing. And that allows me to do further work. Okay, I know the gun. let me do this, and let me see if I pull this trigger. I know that there's going to be one in the chamber because I saw the bullets lined up. So then, we come to the part where he says, "Now, do it now." Like I knew that Woods knows that unset, so it wasn't accidental. Like this is now, do it now, do it now. I know the bullet's in there. See like he says he's watching, he's looking at, is the safety on? He's checking his gun. Does he have the safety on? How is he holding his hand? Is he a professional soldier? I'm checking him out. Actually, I was checking the other actor out to make sure see how did he know how to hold a gun? So I was actually actively doing these things. And see how he stares at the gun? He's focused on the gun.
Yeah.
Boom. Yes. Right there. See his eyes open up? Because remember, it records
So
my
cool.
eyes too. So now he's counting the bullets. Like, oh, perfect. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 bullets. That means there's nothing in the chamber. I got this. Now let me continue my plan. Because he was planning this back. He was doing all this, Mason, you with me? Be Mason. Boom. He was planning what needed to happen in this thing. And he knew that. Fuck! It's kind of a little role play, but it's like, all right, am I going to be wrong? Fuck!
And now he knows the bullets in.
If I don't kill myself here, it's going to work. And so now he says, go, now, do it now. The urgency, like, we can do it. You can do it now. See how he's like breathing, getting ready, timing it.
Right.
What you don't see is like how he actually. I grabbed the meat cleaver. The guy slammed the meat cleaver down. So next time
once the shot goes off, yeah.
So watch, he should slam the meat cleaver down at some point. When he does that,
I
grab the meat cleaver. See that? I grab the meat cleaver and I take out the guy with the gun. That's how I take him out. Meat cleaver's there.
Hold on.
Woods grabs the meat cleaver, takes. That's what I did in the scene. I said, "Put the meat cleaver there. Let me take him out with the meat cleaver." So that's how he took out the guy with the gun. Because he wasn't. Because as soon as things are disrupted, people are they feel confident in the room. We got all the power. We have all the control. Well, all right. I'm looking for you to make a mistake, and the mistake is I saw how he was holding the gun, and if I come up underneath the gun with the meat cleaver, he can't hit me. That's all the shit, my actor shit going on.
Tony,
that's what was going on for me in the scene when I shot it.
Tony Robble says 2 kings hanging out on a Wednesday. Just a normal Wednesday, hey? All right, yeah. No, people are saying here this is one of the greatest scenes in gaming. How does that feel when you hear that 10 years later?
It feels rewarding because it was again. Great actor, It was Andrew. It was Jeremy Dunn across from me.
No way, really?
It was Jeremy Dunn.
Far out.
And Jeremy Dunn he was just brilliant because after he had to learn so many lines, and every day he worked, so he had to learn the lines. So he finally got an earwig, and he would just have it recorded, and he would just do these, and that's how he would do it. But it's a brilliant idea, to do that. But Jeremy Dunn was just spectacular in the scene. He was a trooper, man. He kept hanging in. I'm proud of the scene, man.
You said it was a little bit of tension on the set, and that's another thing where it's just amazing how well it turned out. Do you know what I mean?
No, understand. I don't say this shit to be wise or to be anything. The thing I always say, any obstacle is a huge opportunity. Oh, and for an actor, train myself to use everything that's around me live, real in the room, trust that it will match what's happening in the scene. So the tension that was there was great because there's fucking tension in the scene, man. Oh, great on the tension, man. I love the tension. It's making the scene better because now I'm letting the tension affect me. How do I overcome the tension? How do I overcome that? You do it by focusing on details. So that's why, okay, fuck it. I'm going to get my mind off of what I'm feeling, off of whatever any emotions that I have. And how do I do that? I focus on details. Get out of my body. Get out of myself. Details. What do I need to know in the room here? And that's what I did.
Devon says, Black Ops 1 and 2 was my childhood. Thank you, James.
And thank you for letting me be part of your history. It's an honor, man. I mean, I'm not bullshitting you. The fact that this game, these characters mean so much to you is like flattery to me. So thanks for that. Thanks for letting me know that. Appreciate it.
All right, final one, James. I think you know what this is. Let's get it going.
Tango, get the stairs! On the stairs.
Not this time, American. You again. I should have killed you in Vorkuta.
Actually, now you son of a bitch.
You will die in this.
What?
That live action scene as well.
What?
You're okay. Are you okay? Mason.
Rezov.
Kravchenko is dead. Dragovich, Kravchenko, stop.
Wow. All live action.
Almost. Live action. Great actor. What was his name? The guy who played Kravchenko. God. Great actor.
He still plays it in
Very
he
well.
played it in the new one, I'm pretty sure as well.
They brought him back.
They brought him back, yeah. Which is interesting.
Bizarre. It's bizarre. Yeah.
I'll get his name up.
Great actor. So good to work with. Just a pro.
Andrew Divoff?
Yeah, Divoff. Yeah, he's amazing actor. I love what he does. He was such a generous actor. He made it easy for me to be this dominant force at this end here. You know, he really supported himself. Like I had to. It was stunt heavy, so pulling on to him and driving him off the stage. That he had to. You know, we really had to work together, and he's just a fucking pro. Yeah, it's a great scene.
See this part here? Is that motion capture as well? How does that work?
No, I remember. Actually, yes, that was. God, I don't remember.
Yeah, I know it's so long ago.
I said that line. I know I was standing up and I was looking over. I got you, Mason. You're okay. I don't know if it was that scene or another scene. Sometimes again.
Yeah. People don't
Can't
understand
tell.
games. Yeah, there's similar lines in different circumstances.
But Woods gets his ass kicked at least once or twice a game, man. I mean, he gets his ass kicked all the time. Amazing how Woods just gets. You know, I get in Kason. Remember, he comes out and his gun jams, and the guy whacks him with the butt of the rifle. Woods gets a pounding, man. He gets his ass.
And he never goes down. He never goes down.
Well, he goes down, but he comes back.
He comes back, yeah.
I mean, he got his ass handed to him pretty well right there.
So, James, I know you've said this before, but how does this walk us through how he survives this? I know you've got a video on it on your channel, but
yeah, this was one of those long 2 bottle of wine days with Dave Anthony, because he said, "How we bring the Woods back? How we bring the Woods back?" I said, "I have an idea," and I said, the idea is because I watched the video. I said, how would I survive that? What would, again, an actor? What would I do to survive that? So I looked at the qualities of the character. Woods. The psychological profile on Woods is that couldn't kill him face to face. He's gonna find a way. He's like James Bond. He's gonna find a way to survive. Things slow down for Woods. He sees things. He's like an athlete. He slows down and things make sense to him, and he operates at a higher speed. And I said, okay. I kind of went through the motions. If I got a knife here, I remember it, and I've had on and I've worked actual grenade bandoliers. and I know how they are in your body, right? And so when I saw he pulled the lanyard for the grenades. A grenade takes about 4 seconds to cook, 3 to 4 seconds to cook, right?
Yep.
As we're going over, I said, okay, and I kind of played the game, came around, and I saw it was a loading dock. You know, I loaded beer trucks when I was a kid. That's a concrete platform that would withstand a lot of blast density. And it just occurred to me, wait a minute, if he could somehow separate the grenade lanyard from Kravchenko, then end up in the sump, like a sump, make it a sump, they would both survive. That's how I figured. So how does he do it? Well, he got the knife here, right? See that lanyard across him? Well, Woods takes the knife, he splits the leather strap, and basically in one motion he splits it and he pushes it off to the side. He rolls with Kravchenko as a shield, and they land on one side of the loading dock, and the grenade bandolier will land on the other side. And that's shown in Black Ops 2. Actually, you see that it's kind of in a dream sequence, but that's what happens. And we kind of figured it out with Dave at a couple bottle lunches. And a lot of these lunches, we sit there and I would start acting out the character. I would start doing things. So the poor patrons, you know, when we started working on the Old Man Woods character, I kind of recalled some meetings I had with the great James Coburn and his arthritis, and aside from the fact that I'm still alive, none of this surprises me. You know, that kind of shit. So that's how that came to be. It's just me and Dave cranking it out, trying to, you know, figure out practical, realistic things. If Woods is as good as we think he is, we figure this out. And in that moment, he knew that he could do something about it to save his own life. It works because as soon as he lands, he used Kravchenko as a shield from the blast. They both were protected by the sump, and then of course he's underneath, so he takes the impact and knocks him out, and then he comes to, he's in the Hanoi Hilton. So it's a perfect scenario.
What a great scene. It's hard to believe the game's over 10 years old. It really man, time flies.
Yeah. 10 years, man. Shit.
Well, there we have it, James. Black Ops 1, the best moments of Frank Woods.
I'm surprised you didn't bring you see that Hind? I'm gonna take it. I didn't include that in this.
I thought I did. Let me check. Yeah,
that is a very iconic scene as well.
Yeah, I had that somewhere. I don't know what happened to it, but I definitely missed it. But
that was early. That was the earlier sessions as well. That was like the second or third time I was on set. We did that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was early. That was early in the development of Woods.
It's funny. It's funny how the timing of it works. Do you remember the last scene you shot for Black Ops 1? Last cutscene?
I have no idea. I could look it up. It would take me an hour, but I have all the notes and I have all my personal, because I kept a journal, the whole experience. And I keep all the scenes that I was doing that day, and I would take. And I was still an acting student. I still am. I'm always a beginner, so to tell my guys as a coach, record your practices, what went well, what didn't go well, so you can look at it and chart your progress. Look at the things that you need to develop. So I always kept notes, and I would have a personal debrief before I go to bed.
Here we go. I've got it. We missed one. Let's play it.
Bad.
Bring him down, Mason.
You're not going anywhere.
You got him. For Bowman.
For Bowman.
Let's go. We ain't got time to waste.
This is live action.
Kravchenko's compound can't be far. Evil bastard's days are numbered.
Why the effort sounds real, because it wasn't effort. It's actually putting somebody up on a platform.
So say that again, mate.
Well, that's why they're called efforts. When you do these efforts, these pulls are called efforts.
Yeah.
When you can tell when it's not quite authentic. You can tell this one's real because I was actually pulling somebody up on a fucking pile of on a platform. So you can hear the effort. It matches perfectly with the amount of effort that was needed. But it's pretty hard to get that right. Those efforts. Well, it's hard for me to get it right. Some guys do it great, but you can tell. I can tell that would actually work because I remember. Yeah, I actually had to pull somebody up on a platform, so that's why that effort worked.
All right, let's hear it.
Time to waste. Kravchenko's compound can't be far. Evil bastard's days are numbered.
Yeah.
See, it's real, right? You feel the effort over time. It's not just it's effort over time, and it gathers momentum and releases momentum in a thing that's physics appropriate.
You see that hind? We're gonna take it.
That's odd because I'm gone by the time you in your take.
Yeah, because it's rushed. That's why. Because if you play it normally, you just sit there and watch him because you can control the player. If you rush it, do you know what I mean? It changes the it changes how it works.
The live action scene too.
UV-32 rockets, 12mm nose cannon. These bastards are ready for World War III.
I love how the audio changes when you hop in.
Yeah. Well, they again, they're so good at look at the little details, the boxes, the tool, the red tool chest there. Look at the rounds off to Woods' left there. See the ammo there.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Your brain picks that up, even though you make the dead body right in front of everything. See the dead body in front of the helicopter. The human mind picks all that shit up, and that's why it's so important to have these details in there. And then little things like the echo chamber of being inside a cockpit. They did that. That's amazing that they did that. How they make it realistic.
Well, I think this is the E3 gameplay that was first. This was the first story gameplay they revealed for the game in 2010 or 9, whatever it was.
Yeah, right.
And that's why it's so. That's one of the reasons I think it's so iconic because so many people saw it. And it was the first COD, like branching out from Modern Warfare, and it was really different. So I've got fond memories of this. That's for sure. Yeah, this whole section was at E3.
That's great. I don't want to get shot in the balls. Rise in the ground, I don't get shot in the balls. I love that line. I love saying that line. I don't get shot in the balls. That's a Woods line. Pay fucking attention. I don't get shot in the balls. Fucking awesome.
Well, we might have to do Black Ops 2. That's all the ones that I remember from 1. I mean, I've probably missed some along the way. But we might have to come back and do Black Ops 2, James.
Cosmodrome. There's some cool shit in that.
Yep.
When we approached, the week's gone dark, and the whole when the Woods is talking Russian, which I've been told is terrible Russian, by the way. Your accent is horrible. So, I think Yuri Unfog was the one that taught me Russian, how to say that on set. I was just I was just mimicking lines at that point. So I blame Yuri. I think it's Yuri. I think it's him. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think people forget, like, Troy Baker's in a lot of Call of Duties, and Yuri and some of these big voice actors pop up, but you wouldn't know it because they're not main characters a lot of the time.
Yeah, but but they're so versatile. You know, like
Yeah.
I know Troy will come in. I mean, Nolan comes in and does 3 or 4 different voices. I mean, he's so versatile. He really is.
Yeah. All right, James. It's been an absolute pleasure, mate. Going
It's fun,
through.
right?
It's
We
so
just
fun.
Killed a whole bunch of time here. I'm like in almost an hour and 15 minutes.
If you'll come back, I'd love to do Black Ops 2 sometime, brother.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Make sure you follow James over on YouTube. Sarge's Corner. He's streaming tomorrow, aren't you, James?
3 o'clock. Every Sunday and Thursday at 3 p.m. we have new art coming out. New Sarge's Corner. We have Hockey Sarge, have Guitar Sarge, and S.O.G Wood Sarge posters being commissioned and made this week. That's coming up. And then have a Sarge's Corner Twitch TV is on. We're building that. And Sarge's Corner .store is going to have a few new merchandise items coming up. So come by, say hi, and
So what's the plan with Twitch? Are you going to keep streaming on YouTube or do different things or what?
With Twitch, I would like to host competitions. I don't know how I'm going to do that without getting into trouble with Activision. I have to figure that out. I want to be. One of the reasons I am so adamant with the fan base is because I always felt. I remember when I was younger. I always felt certain things were out of reach. Like these things are so far above me. I always felt like I could be a conduit, something bigger for small channels, people who aren't, with 1,000 followers, who aren't really given the access to all the behind the scenes shit that the big YouTubers get. I wanted to be somebody who could provide access, whatever fashion, to the smaller gamers. And in competitions, it's professional now. You can't just, and it's like professional sports. You really aren't relevant unless you're a pro, and being a pro is hard. And I don't want people to lose the joy of things because they don't get the ability to be seen in public. So I want to provide a platform, have competitions or tournaments where people can come in and play and be seen. Everybody wants to be seen. They want to be they want to be able to see themselves through other people's reactions. Hopefully they don't become addicted to it, but it's nice to see yourself in other people's eyes. And I think the Twitch channel gives me the opportunity to provide a platform where people can come in, be competitive, show their skills so they can measure themselves and be competitive in an environment that has value, that has consequence. It's always good to have to test yourself in an environment that has consequence. Not consequence that can kill you or hurt you, but something that if it doesn't work out well, you're going to feel the impact, but it's not going to devastate you. It's like, I want to get better at this, or, I'm going to quit this. But I want to provide an environment, and that's my whole idea with Twitch, is give that.
So a Warzone tournament with all the fans jumping in?
I don't know how I'm going to do it without crossing the line of copyright infringement. So I got to figure that out. I'm building Twitch. I don't know. I could be where I'll just, I'm going to tune in and watch, submit your games, and I'll tune in and watch you play. I don't know how to do it without becoming, without crossing the line of copyright infringement. So I got to figure that out. It is being built. We'll figure it out. It is being built. The least is going to be is I'll just host people playing and just do what I do. Say stupid shit, comment, and have fun.
Exactly.
And then maybe we'll keep score. Then I will figure it out how to respect the property of Activision and also be able to respect the community that wants access to, the other side of the curtain, so to speak.
Killer Mark says, James, you're a legend. It's been a great time. You're the best playing Uncle Frank.
Uncle Frank. I'm just not fucking Grandpa Frank. I got one fan in Germany. His kid keeps calling me Grandpa. I go, man. First of all, that's gonna get me in trouble with my girlfriend. But second, man, I'm not that fucking old, am I? Yeah, dude, you are.
Oh shit! Lieutenant Knox is in here. He's a big part of your community. He says, great
Love
stream.
Narcs, yeah. Narcs is a rock star, man. Narcs is, in 10 years, just say, is that the same guy from Call of Duty? How is he a fucking billionaire? You watch. This kid's going to be something special. I just sense it. He's got this, understands how to create value in himself for other people. And once you have that, the sky's the limit,
So you're streaming tomorrow at 3 p.m. What are you doing? Can you give us a tease?
What am I doing? Generally, I have I have an outline, but I go wherever the audience takes us. A lot of the conversations I start don't end up where I think they're going to go. It really is about just corner live stream is about letting the community decide what they want to talk about, where they want to go. I'm just there to empower the community to, like, they have input, like feel like they're being listened to, and having to say something and know they're being heard. And so a lot of times I'll start off maybe wanting to talk about an event in Call of Duty, or maybe there's their Warzone's having an update, or talk about some controversy that may or may not be true. It usually ends up being whatever the fucking fans want to talk about. Hey, there's this thing, and my girlfriend, and okay, what's going on with your girlfriend? So I don't know where it's going to go. I know there's a little bit of a rumor going around that somehow I'm announcing some game. I'm not. I just did a little commercial for the Thursday afternoon, and it has just a quick thing of Black Ops 1, 2, 4 and Declassified, and then it ends up on, it's an announcement that we have a show on Thursday. I'm not implying anything. I'm not saying it's going to happen. And that happens all the time. It's like Reddit, I don't know, did Reddit pick up and say, I'm about to announce, and this happened to me so many times in the past. So I get, I want to make sure that is not a rumor that I can substantiate. It's going to be perpetuated. It's just a fucking commercial I made. I thought it was fun. It has energy, and hey, we got a show on Thursday because I was off making a movie in Montana for a week, so I missed 2 shows in a row. So I just want to let people know that we're back. That's all that was. I wasn't announcing anything. There's no secret remarriage between me and Black Ops. We haven't talked. We still haven't talked. I don't know. It's a mystery what's going on, but there is nothing happening. Nothing to see here, folks.
Mate, it's been a pleasure as always. Guys, again, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Follow this man. You'll be dumb not to. Links are in the description, as always. James, again, we got to get you back on. Someone said in the chat, these guys are basically friends. Of course we fucking are.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's why easy, because we like each other, and it's a conversation, man. It's just you and I having a conversation, and it's fucking awesome.
The only problem is we can't shut each other up. We'll be going for 5 hours.
and we talked for an hour before the show.
I know. That's what people don't know.
An hour. So we've been fucking chatting up for about 3 hours now. So.
Oh shit! Before we let you go, mate, can we get a little bit of that guitar to send us off, or are you done? Come on, give us something.
I'll give you something. Because I love you, Danny boy.
Thank you.
This won't get you in any trouble. This is once it's safe. Okay.
All right. Cool.
Let's end this round. Put the S.O.G knife down. It's a run and gun game with campers all around. Let's just end this round. Oh, hey, Mason, don't let your ammo run out. Hey, Mason, let's end this round. Because Dan Allen is going to town. Yes, Dan Allen is not a clown. Cause his team's so freak. He's like a walking kill streak. And Dan Allen is found. Dan Allen Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. Dan Allen Gaming.
Thank you, James. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in again. Follow James, and I'm sure we'll be back again doing something, James. I'll see you tomorrow.
Love.